I've always, throughout my career, said, hey, we're going to do championship conditions on a daily basis. And at some point, that's true. I mean, we have quick greens, our fairways are tight.
Yep.
And we know at Muirfield Village that some people have been waiting a year, 2 years to come play here as a guest. And it's, kind of like going to Disney World. So we have the pressure of knowing that we got to be good every day because you never know how long somebody that's on that guest list has waited to come play here. But we pick up the frequencies of which we do things when you get into a tournament. So when we normally double cut in the morning in July, maybe roll every second day and have greens that are around 12 every day, that's different than cutting twice in the morning and rolling twice in the morning and cutting again twice at night and rolling again twice at night and being 14 and having some of the slopier green, spots on the green be our hole locations. The other thing is the normal player cannot play out of the rough that we produce for the tournament. We top it at 4 inches. By the end of the week, it's like 6.5, maybe more. And it's amazing what these guys do out of it. But we always have an outing the day after the tournament. And we leave the place the way it was the day before, but we don't even cut anything. We leave the greens, and they're probably 12.5, and the rough's what it is. They can't find balls. They can't get out of it. They just finally just throw it in the fairway. And so, what the tour guys do is amazing, and what they can handle is amazing. We would have an average round of 5.5 hours if we had those kind of conditions on a daily basis.
Right.
But I will say that we do take it serious and try to make the presentation similar. And it's just picking up the frequencies. I mean, we're doing a lot more night work for tournaments, coming in and filling divots every night and mowing every night and doing our watering at night with hoses instead of running heads. And everything's just a lot more attention to detail, fine tuning during usually the advanced week and tournament week. This year it was for 3 weeks, but it's an intense operation. It costs a lot of hours and a lot of tired guys and sleepless nights. So, but this year, especially with what we did the second week, where we were going to let things go a little bit, we were going to try to firm the place up. We were going to, let things wilt to some degree. I asked, I guess there's a little quick story. On Monday after the workday, so Monday of tournament week for the Memorial Tournament this year, we were looking at some of the renovation work with Mr. Nicholas, and someone in the group said, how fast and firm are you going to make it this week? And I said, well, it depends on how, tolerant of brown he is, and pointed at Jack. And he says, well, I'm colorblind. I go, well, perfect. And we're going to let it go. And it's going to get firm and it's going to be fast. Yep. So what our intention was is to continue on that rise, like over the 2 weeks, really, and definitely during the Memorial, where, yes, it was firm and fast on Thursday. Maybe it was a touch firmer and faster on Friday, a touch firmer on Saturday. And then we did get, the slugger called, Steve Rentoul called, our agronomist Thomas Bass was called, all within 20 minutes. So I knew that they'd all been talking. And they all had the same question. Is it going to get out of hand tomorrow because the winds are now at 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts? Because when you start get that firm and fast, they did not want us out there syringing in between groups. They didn't want anything to get away from us. So, we talked through it and said, hey, look, we'll put some water on the greens tonight, but the greens have to be every bit as firm as they are Saturday. We won't pick up a little bit more and get a little firmer because you don't want these players to come out there and expect something, playing for millions of dollars, and then it changes drastically. So that's where you got to have that trust and, make sure that everybody's on the same page. But we took it to the line, but we didn't cross it. And it was a good setup that the players said, hey, that's a great test. That's the toughest I've seen on tour for a while, but it wasn't over the top. And there's always going to be a few guys that complain. That's the way it is with every club. I mean, you alluded to it earlier that some guys say the greens are slow, some guys say the greens are fast, some say that's right. You can't please everybody, but I think for the most part, the players, the rules officials, and the tour was happy with how we were able to give them 2 drastically different golf courses. And the second week, we didn't go over the line. It was good.